What's going on? What's going on? Let me get this camera just right. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka man of the people, as you have a friend in the media, which is myself. Any questions that you guys have about this Carolina Panthers team, I'm your guy to go ahead and get those questions answered. And I like to just jump on right into it. So without further ado, let's take a look at Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, and more. Last video, people got like really beside themselves about, because I said there's Andy Dalton highlights. They think that every single play that Andy has in practice that I'm going to show, and I can't. It just means that he's in here. But nevertheless, all right. So there you go. See some practice highlights today. We got some of the linemen going at it. Check them out. That was D-line, defense, Sam Franklin. And also I got an ass that's gonna kind of here soon, but we'll enjoy these highlights for the moment. I think coming up here shortly, you're about to see Damani Richardson, undrafted free agent, starting now. But about to see some quarterback highlights after close. It's about to come. Just wait for it. Coker, Thielen, and Bryce Young, your starting quarterback. Andy Dalton, look at the arm, look at the bandage on the thumb. I'm gonna be nice and rewind this for you guys. Hold it right. Look at there. Good look. He got the sleeve on his arm, compression sleeve, and then the wrap on his thumb. I've had that wrap on my thumb 1,000,001 times. Trying to play wide receiver and catching, I jammed my thumb like 5 million times. But anyway, let's finish out these highlights. A few more seconds. Alrighty. So there you have it. Highlights from today's practice, including having the opportunity to see Bryce Young throw the ball and having the opportunity to see Andy Dalton throwing the ball for the first time since injuring that thumb. And I got a special ask that I'm going to let you all know about before we get too much further into this video. So, independent media, supported 100% by you guys. And man, it took me a while to get to get the nerve to do this, but I need your help. So I just pinned it into the comments. And what I need your help with is this. You probably have been seeing me wear a headset, which I'm not wearing today, which I will show you here in just a second. This headset right here, you put it on like this, talk, blah, blah, blah. So Charlotte Vibe needs 3 of those. And we need your support and help in getting those. And then we also need a new audio mixer. For those techies, that's what it is. For those who don't care and just like the support, all that comes to about $1,300 or $1,400, I forget. But there's a link that I pinned in the comment that's also in the description for you to be able to go ahead and help us with that campaign to reach that goal, so we can continue to not only produce good videos that look good, but sound good, and it really helps our shows, especially our home game shows where it's 3 of us talking during that pregame show, to be able to hear one another. So if you can help support that, great. If you don't have the ability to support, you can always support by simply sharing that link. Just sharing that link can help us out so much. All right, let's go ahead and get into the coverage for today. And the big title from today, what is it? Who will start?
First of all, let me just say that Bryce will be starting this week. So he took the reps with the ones today, and Andy is progressing. He was out there throwing, and I just really looked at all of the things, and for me, I just erred on the side of caution, and wanted to get Andy in the best possible situation to be able to make a decision going forward. And also, I'm excited for Bryce to have an opportunity to build off some of the things that he did last week. Certainly things to work on, but a lot of good stuff that he did too. So
Maybe some will say not a surprise. Some will say a surprise. I know I felt like Bryce Young was going to be the starting quarterback last week in the way that the game was called. I felt like it gave him the opportunity to start again this week. Now, maybe Dave Canales is just really hesitant on the guy, still wanting to go about it a different way because he could have done this after the game Sunday. He could have done this Monday. When he talked to the media. And maybe he did privately let those guys know. He just chose not to let the media know until Wednesday. But perhaps he's still wanting to see how Bryce does. See, like, okay, you got my confidence. Let me see if you practice well and still do some things that I'm wanting to see you do. And he did. But nevertheless, he is your starting quarterback this Sunday versus the New Orleans Saints, which, wow, last time he played the Saints, they really got him good. So, Bryce will continue to be tested well. He had the big test against the top defense and the Broncos. Now he returns to face a team that really smacked him pretty good. And I can like see that game so clearly right now because I was down there in New Orleans. But he returns to play against the Saints for an opportunity to get revenge on the Saints and finish 1-1. A loss at home in New Orleans. I should say loss on the road in New Orleans. Now has a chance to win at home against the Saints. Now, what about Andy Dalton? Where is he going to be? What if his thumb does get back to a good place? And it was interesting because Andy was a full participant in practice today, which could lead you to say, well, it seems like if he was full today, that he probably could have been your backup this past Sunday or been out there. Were you trying to protect Bryce? And he's like, no. He said that he's actually trying to protect Andy. Because Andy wanted to be out there already, which kind of goes back to that clip. Man, I wonder if I still have it. I might still have it. Oh, let me see. I think I still have it. Yeah. Which goes back to this video from last week. Here you go. Check this out.
Did you want to play it, or did they shut you down, or you knew that there's no way that you could go this week?
Right now, I definitely couldn't. So. I think everybody knew that, and so I think making the decision now allows the team and for Bryce to, get all the reps that he needs and go forward from there. So, but again, we'll see as the week goes. See if I'm able to get back.
So that was last week. Andy not answering if it was his decision or if it was their decision, which then goes back and ties into Coach Canales today. Well, he's trying to protect Andy from himself because Andy probably already wanted to be out there. So this is kind of interesting because I feel like you have Andy and Bryce respect each other, but of course, who doesn't want to be the starting quarterback in the NFL, right? And I think Andy really wants to continue on with that opportunity. Maybe Coach Canales is now saying, I get it, but this guy has earned his opportunity. We'll see. Certainly, I felt like this was going to happen. Bring Bryce back after the good game, let him start. And as long as Bryce continues to be serviceable, I feel like we'll see him for the rest of the season. Now, if he just bombs out, then it's like we're not going to see him anymore and we need to move on from him. Because if we bring him back and he's a bomb, then you just feel like this just isn't the place, whether it's Canales, whether it's Carolina, whatever it is, it just ain't working. It's time to move on and figure out the big picture for the quarterback situation. Hey, we got a super chat that just came in.
Super chat.
Appreciate the super chat very, very much, Mark Burks. Thank you so much. And let me put on the I forgot to put this up here. Bryce comeback season. Just kidding. I'm 100% out on Bryce. All right, you can be out on Bryce. Hey, Mark, by the way, and everybody, you see this comment. This comment here is also pinned in the description. Opportunity for you all to help support us. I won't go into detail about it other than we need your support. If you're able to, click on that link to check out our GoFundMe campaign that we had to start to try to get some more equipment here at Charlotte Vibe. What's going on, Ali Badri? I think Bryce will show improvement. Yeah, he's definitely shown improvement. And we just need to see him, just maintain that improvement. He doesn't need to make a leap and suddenly he's like that guy this weekend. But, I'll be fair in my assessment of what he does this Sunday versus the Saints to say, okay, because it wasn't what we wanted. We didn't get the win, but we still scored more than 3 points. He still threw like if that happens, that's the kind of evaluation that you'll get from me as we continue to cover this situation with Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the transactions that have taken place for this team. Get you up to date with all the latest information. So we did have some transactions that have taken place. Pardon me 1 second while I get a drink of water. All right, sorry about that. I had to get a drink of the water, but here are the latest transactions. I refuse to put the Deontay trade up there that happened yesterday, because even though I didn't make one of these screens, we talked about it, so we'll move on for that. Deontay is already up there practicing with Baltimore, but nevertheless, we signed wide receiver Dax Milne to the practice squad. We waived safety Russ Yee, so each week there's always these bottom of the roster transactions because we're just trying to make it through, get this roster the best we can. Sign tight end, not a stranger, Stephen Sullivan to the practice squad, and we released linebacker Shaq Quarterman. Those are your 4 transactions that have happened recently. So continuing to get you up to date. Let's see. Trey Melton says, I stamp my approval on that donation. Okay, not sure if that means that you're going to donate or you like the idea, but it sounds like something positive, so I appreciate you. And the bridges are burned with Bryce, right? You get to see him in person. Do you think he's even having fun? Do you see any glimpses of that, honestly? What's going on, Trey? So I'll go ahead and answer. The bridges are burned with Bryce, right? No, the bridges are not burned with Bryce. Bryce hasn't said anything publicly that he hates Dave Canales. Dave Canales hasn't said anything publicly that humiliates Bryce. So there's no burned bridges there. There could be some unhappiness one way or another with something, but I feel like that's football, coaching, player one-on-one that you experience at every level of sports. So yes, I get to see Bryce in person. Do you think he's even having fun? So Bryce is not having the same fun that he was having at the beginning of the year. And it's understandable. He's been struggling. He's been benched. So I would say no, he's not having fun in that regard. He's more focusing on the task at hand. So yeah, none of these guys are really having fun right now too much because of the record. And do I see any glimpses of that? So I would say this. Instead of fun, I'm going to talk about confidence and his abilities. So I do believe his confidence is a little higher, a little better than before because he is playing better. So hopefully that confidence that he has from saying, okay, I was benched, I came back, I threw some touchdowns, made some progress. Yeah, I threw an interception, but also threw some touchdowns, threw some nice passes and windows, and I can build on that. I can do this. I had to see Andy do it for a while. Now I just did it. Now can I do it again against a team that really, really humiliated me the first game of the season? And we'll find out this Sunday. Appreciate the question, Trey. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. And let's go and get you guys an update as well on the injury. Hold on. Before I do this, Trey says, wait till Friday. I got you. Hey, I will take it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will take it whenever you have it, Trey. Appreciate you very much. Let's go ahead and look at these, the injury report. Finally, this injury report is not a mile long like it's been the past definitely 2, maybe 3 weeks. The injury report can now fit on the screen where I can use my normal graphics. So yay! All right, so here are your latest injuries. Outside linebacker Jadeveon Clowney with the rest. Tackle Hakeem Ikwanu didn't practice with his ankle. Felipe Frank still under the concussion protocol. Linebacker Josie Jewell with the rest did not practice. And I just want to ask you guys this. Does anybody else feel like, man, we've been we're freely giving out these rest passes. Like, we give a lot of guys some rest. A lot of guys. And maybe the attitude is like, we've had so many injuries. These guys that have gotten rest, Josie, Jadeveon, they have had recent injuries, so that could be it, right? But, man, we give out a lot of rest. Anyway, Josie Jewell, rest, did not practice. DJ Johnson, which left the game Sunday with an ankle injury, still is not practicing with that ankle injury. Defensive end Ashawn Robinson, he got a rest day, did not practice. Safety Jamie Robinson still out with the knee. He was out last week, so a little concerning there for Jamie Robinson. Tight end Tommy Tremble with the back, he did not practice. And then you also have wide receiver that we're all cheering and hoping for to return because we have lost. We lost Deontay, but Adam Thielen was limited in practice today with his hamstring. That is a positive thing. And so a few guys that are not on this list, which I believe are worth mentioning. All right. Jaden Crumdy, who's been out, full participant in practice. DJ Wanham, Yost, but Jonathan Brooks, the running back, whose 21-day window opened about 2 weeks ago, might have been exactly 2 weeks ago, he was a full participant in practice. So coach did not say, yes, Jonathan's going to be activated, but he said they're going to use this week to see how it goes. They have a plan that he didn't reveal, and that'll determine whether or not Jonathan Brooks will be active this Sunday. I feel like they can still wait a week. I feel like they can still wait. I feel like they can still wait until after the trade deadline to see what happens with Miles. Will they be able to get rid of Miles? If so, then absolutely Jonathan come back. But also just want to see how he responds after having a full day of practice. That's something big. Even though I think the Pats are Thursday. Yeah, Pats are Thursday. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll continue to keep you all up to date on what I see. I will be in the locker room tomorrow. I have several guys that I want to talk to. We'll be live, so you guys know at least once a week I'll go to the stadium, be in the locker room, and report live from there. Always at every game, but just to let you know, look for tomorrow some more content as I will be in the locker room talking to some guys. All right. All I beg to differ, Bryce Young is a bust. Ally, I break. So, okay, I got you. So this comment is in reference to Bryce Young. Some people here not feeling Bryce Young. We'll see. T Green, one of our members. So if you like to become a member, you can do that. But again, we have a GoFundMe campaign that has been set up. The link is in the description as well as in the comments for those of you who would like more information on that to help support us and keep us going. So that will get you up to date with the latest information concerning this Carolina Panthers team. I don't see any other questions out there that I did not answer. Yep. What's going on, Sammy83? Appreciate you tuning in as well. Panthers Pond Podcast. What's good with you guys? So that'll be it. Again, links in the description for the GoFundMe for those that are able to partake in that or at least share that with other people. I'm Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.